The world's biggest challenges deserve even bigger solutions. No compassionate person or company can disagree with the stated purpose of permanently ending illiteracy in English. Hopefully what is proposed here is not so big that it causes anyone to fail to mentally engage with something that seems too good to be true. The problem of illiteracy in English is far more serious, and the solution is far easier than almost anyone can imagine. You may have difficulty believing what is stated in this video, but everything stated here has been proven on the LearnToReadNow.org website. The first step in solving any problem is to find out what is causing the problem. Otherwise, you can spend enormous amounts of time and money fighting the symptoms of a problem without solving the problem itself. Although more than 32 nations have corrected the type of problem we have in learning to read, it has never been attempted in English. The problem, learning to read English, is difficult. The symptoms of the problem: 1, almost half of English-speaking students never become fluent readers, and 2, most of those who do require more than 2 years of schooling. Over the last 2 centuries, there have been numerous reading education changes made to alleviate the symptoms of the problem, but none of them make learning to read English easy, because they are not correcting the problem which makes learning to read English difficult. Numerous linguists over the last 2 centuries have proven that the problem is not because English is more difficult of a language to learn. English is an easier language than many European languages, in which students learn to read in less than 3 months. Dr. Frank Labick spent more than 40 years teaching thousands of students how to read in more than 300 languages other than English. Dr. Labick helped students to read fluently in from 1 to 20 days in 95% of these languages because the languages in which he taught were almost perfect phonetically. The words were spelled the way they sound. Most English words are not spelled the way they sound. Dr. Labick stated that if English words were spelled phonetically, American children could be taught to read in a week. And there are many reasons why learning to read English is so difficult. Very few people realize how bad English spelling really is. But here is the provable bottom line. Because English spelling is so illogical and inconsistent, the only way to learn to read English is to learn each word in your reading vocabulary one at a time by rote memory or by repeated use. Almost anyone can think of objections to spelling reform, but every reasonable objection to spelling reform has been thoroughly disproven. It is even more important, however, to understand how serious the problem of illiteracy really is. Almost every American can read 1,000 or more simple words learned in the first 3 years of school. 3 shocking statistics, however, are proven by a careful analysis of the most statistically accurate and comprehensive study of U.S. adults ever commissioned by the U.S. government. First, 48.7% of U.S. adults read and write so poorly that they cannot hold an above poverty level wage job, and are therefore functionally illiterate. Second, 31.2% of these functionally illiterate are in poverty. And third, illiterates are more than twice as likely to be in poverty because of their illiteracy as for all other causes combined. Bob Kleckler, a retired chemical engineer, and Gary Sprunk, who has a master's degree in English linguistics, has spent several years developing a very simple, logical, and perfectly phonetic spelling system that present readers can learn in less than 10 minutes, and the beginning readers can learn in a few weeks. Some students can learn his spelling system in a week, as Dr. Labick stated. Only someone who has honestly not examined the multitude of facts upon which the solution to English illiteracy is based will think that what is recommended here is too good to be true. For more info, go to LearnToReadNow.org.